In this video, I want to share with you what questions I'm asking Lemonade management for their Q3 earnings call. Tell you why I'm asking these questions, so if you think they are a worthy question to be answered, you can also upvote them yourselves. Question 1. With the Chewy deal, what are the performance requirements for Chewy's warranted shares to vest? Is the deal exclusive? In other words, is Trupanion being cut out? And why did Lemonade give up 5% equity? Is there any concern you gave up too much? Please explain your thinking further. Thanks. And the Chewy deal is a big deal because not only are they giving up 5% equity, 5% of the company over 5 years to this company called Chewy that does online pet retail, but it's also a big opportunity for Lemonade because they feel that the pet business promises to be more profitable than they previously assessed. And so they are trying to accelerate their pet book across most states. My own commentary on this would say if their current model says pet is more profitable, and my own intuition would say people that are willing and able to buy pet insurance, which is more, a bit more of a luxury to own a pet and have insurance for them, are likely to be wealthier and more cautious people. So probably great insurance customers to have long term. So jumping back to my question, this is an important question around the Chewy deal. We really want to know more details as investors. And this goes back to a tweet I had made about this Chewy deal of what I wanted to know. And I included all the details we still do not know. Some of them that I had asked, such as, does Lemonade receive as much customer data when done through an API? The answer was a yes, they still do. That was answered by Shy in one of the comments. And also, are there development costs for Lemonade in this? I'm assuming those costs are probably pretty minor, so I left that out of the question as well. Okay, on to question 2, which was, how is the integration of Metromile staff data and tech stack going? Also, Daniel, you recently said in an interview, that was with Good Soil Management, but an interview that the main issue with Metromile's loss ratio is waiting for regulators to approve a rate change. Can you update us how these rate changes are going? So we all know that Lemonade Car is a huge potential product, and they did say in their last earnings letter that until they can offer a unified Lemonade Car experience, we expect to expend little to no marketing dollars on acquiring new customers to Metromile. So management basically said in their last earnings letter that they're going to kind of put the brakes on Metromile push, new Lemonade Car customer push for now until they have a more unified system in place. And Daniel said in an interview with Good Soil Management that the reason Metromile's loss ratio is so high or too high is because they have a pricing issue. They know they need to increase their prices, but they're waiting for a rate change with regulators. So really important questions for how quickly Lemonade Car as a whole could be pushed out and rolled out in the future. Question 3, which is for each customer cohort group, what percentage of customers do you expect to stick around long term? In other words, not churn. And what loss ratio do you expect long term for these customers? Curious to hear what data you have in this area. This is something I've been thinking about recently, is that for every cohort of customers that sign up, so each quarter you have a group of customers that sign up, and then every quarter onwards after that, that cohort of customers slowly erodes away. A certain amount of customers churn away each quarter, and eventually you're probably left with a pretty stable group of customers. It might only be 10% of the original customers, might be a small percentage like that eventually given enough time. And of course, eventually in a long enough vacuum, all those customers in any cohort would eventually trend to zero as customers even die or move on or cancel their insurance to do something else, et cetera, et cetera. But I would like to know sort of in a long-term vacuum, 5 years out, 10 years out, what percentage of cohorts or customers in a cohort signing up right now are sticking around? And then also, what kind of loss ratio for those longer-term customers are they seeing? So I really think those kind of customers that they could really delight, they really stick around long term. They're just signing up for renter's insurance now, but eventually their in-force premium of these small groups of customers really spikes and really grows. They could really drive profitability for the company long term. So curious to hear what data they may have in this area and how they're thinking about this. Please upvote all 3 of these questions or the ones you think are most worthy of being answered on the call. I will link all 3 of the questions down below in the description of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments down below what you thought of these questions. And remember, it's in the bag.